We're testing some TikTok cleaning hacks, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys right out the bat, there are a good handful of losers in this video, but the ones that are winners are so standout that they have literally changed my life. Okay, I have two hacks that came from the same TikTok, but the first one that stroked my fancy, this is why people don't like the English language. Dance, dance, walk, walked, sleep, slept, go, went. What the heck? Anywho, this one said to use baby oil on your stainless steel appliances to make them shine. Now, I'm a very loyal Weinmann stainless steel cleaner user, so I really wanted to know if this one would work. I got some baby oil, I added about the same amount that it looked like she used, and I went ahead to cleaning my refrigerator, which is always dirty and full of handprints because I've got 3 children. And I will say that this cleaned my stainless steel fridge. Like, I don't think it did a horrible job, and it did make it shiny, but what I felt like was it sort of left a weird residue on my fridge. I don't know if this was just in my head because it's like oil, it's baby oil. And I do feel like there were a few spots where I couldn't really like buff away the dirt that was on my refrigerator. I ended up having to come back in afterwards with my beloved stainless steel cleaner to like really get my fridge clean. I'm just gonna say this one didn't really do it for me. Maybe if you have like a perfectly clean fridge already and you just wanna make it extra shiny for like, I don't know, you wanna be really extra, you're like, people are gonna be judging me on the shininess of my fridge, then maybe this is the hack for you. Otherwise, let's leave the baby oil like in the bathroom for taking off waterproof mascara. In this same compilation, she said I could use shaving cream to remove makeup stains from a white piece of clothing. So I had this white shirt, it has some foundation on it. In the video, she just shows spraying it onto the cloth and then scrubbing it. So I sprayed and I scrubbed and it didn't look like it was coming up. So then I decided to Google the hack and see what other people say. And a lot of people said that you need to leave it on the clothes for like 10 minutes and then scrub. So I sprayed again, left it on for 10 minutes and then came back and scrubbed. And I would say some of the makeup came off, but not all of it. And so I was like, well, maybe I just need to like throw it in the laundry now. I went ahead and threw it in the laundry, and when it came out, it looked like this. So there was still makeup stain on my shirt. Once again, I will be going back to one of my tried and trues, which is the Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Remover. This stuff removes everything. And trust me, my 2-year-old has tested it to its limits. This next hack said to use foaming glass cleaner on your baseboards. Sort of the idea of like scrubbing bubbles, I think, is then it kind of like foams up for you and then you can just wipe away the dirt. So I will say that this worked for me, but I don't know that it was necessarily like the most effective or only way to clean baseboards. I feel like scrubbing bubbles probably would have worked just as well. So, I mean, I can't say that this was a fail because I do think that it worked, so I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I just can't say that it's maybe like the only effective way to do this. This next hack is actually a product, and I don't have a link to the original TikTok, I think because I got really excited and I clicked the profile and then clicked to buy the product on Amazon and then forgot to save the link. It's this little like suction thing that suction cups inside of your sink, and it's supposed to sort of make your sink into like its own little dishwasher. It's sold sort of like is used for when you're going camping or you're traveling, but in the hack that I was watching specifically on TikTok, they used it in their kitchen sink to wash their dishes. So fill up your sink with water. I put in a few different kinds of like dirty dishes to test its ability, and then you suction this bad boy on, you plug it in, and it kind of like spins around and moves the water in a sort of circular motion. And when I first saw it, I was like, okay, maybe. I mean, I can maybe see how this is gonna work. There weren't really any instructions beyond that. I put some dish soap in there and I kind of just left it for a little while until I felt like, you know, it had spun to its heart's content. And I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty disappointed. It didn't really clean anything. It didn't get anything off of the dishes. I can't say that I really expected that it was going to, but you know, I'm always slightly optimistic. I'm a half glass full kind of gal. And then as I thought about it, I was like, it's pushing my dishes around in its own dirty water. It kind of reminds me of like when my toddlers get into the tub and they're like disgusting from playing outside all day, and then they just kind of sit in their like dirty water soup, and I'm like, are you really even any cleaner than when we started this process? So then I was like, okay, maybe it's better for clothing. It is marketed for clothing too. Then the more I thought about it, I was like, once again, you're just taking your clothes and smushing them around in their own dirty water. I don't see how this saves any more time than if you just like filled up your sink in your hotel room and like took your hands and like washed your clothes like this and then rinsed them in clean water. Okay, next I tried the viral trash bag trick. I have seen this all over the place. I'm gonna link one of the TikToks that I saw down below. I was very excited to try this. So I went ahead and did it for the first time. I watched the video a few times, make sure I had, you know, the routine, the rhythm, the steps. I knew the steps that I was doing. And I did it and I was like a little disappointed. I was like, I didn't really see how that's better, but I did not give up. I kept trying. Every time I had to replace my trash bag in my trash can for like a week, I tried it. And each time I just continued to be more disappointed. One, I would create the little like spiky shape, and then usually it would just fall over before I even could flip it. Maybe I'm not fast enough. I'm not fast enough at trash bag wielding. This is maybe for cowboy trash bag replacers, I'm not sure. And then two, I just didn't see how this was any faster. I still had to shake the bag. Now I had to do this fancy, you know, magic balloon thing with the bag. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. I don't see how it's better than the way that we were doing it. Okay, next up, this hack was to clean plastic cutting boards if your cutting boards happen to look dingy, and luckily enough I had some dingy looking cutting boards, and so I decided to try it. And they said you need to take some baking soda and sprinkle it on your plastic cutting board, and then you're gonna put on a little coarse salt, and then you're gonna put on a little hydrogen peroxide, and then you're gonna take half of a lemon and you're going to scrub the cutting board. This seemed like a lot of steps. I was really hopeful that this was gonna work, and then some sort of weird chemical reaction that I cannot explain happened because everything started to turn very yellowy orange. I'm not sure what was happening, but it turned my cutting board like yellowy orange, and my lemon turned like orange. All of a sudden I was transported to like middle school science class, and once again, just like in middle school science class, I had no idea what was happening. Did I do something wrong? I thought maybe it's a lemon thing, right? Acid with a neutral. I know enough about that. I remember that from science. So I was like, let me try it without the lemon, right? Maybe the lemon is not the control of this science experiment. That was my hypothesis. See, guys, I know science words. And then I tried the same thing with vinegar instead of hydrogen peroxide. Still got nothing. My cutting boards literally looked worse after doing this hack than they looked before the hack. I'm just gonna stick to just like scrubbing them really good when I'm done with dish soap, which tends to work pretty well, and I don't have to go to my bathroom to get random ingredients. Okay, the next hack I saw said to use your mop on your kitchen cabinets. I feel like I'm cleaning my kitchen cabinets all of the time. As I mentioned, I have small children. There's just smudgy marks all over those bad boys, and it takes a while to wash them by hand. This woman was just using a mop, straight up mopping away up the counters, up the doors. In the hack, she was using the O-Cedar self-wringing mop that everyone talks about, which I had not yet bought, but I'd really been wanting to buy, and I was like, perfect excuse, and so I bought it. And I will just, spoiler alert, it's freaking amazing, okay? That mop deserves every piece of hype that people are talking about it. The coolest mop ever. Which if you had asked me when I was 20 years old if I ever thought there'd be a cool mop, probably not, but I'm 35 years old now, and that is a cool mop. Anyways, time to try it on the cabinets, and color me impressed. This was awesome. I couldn't stop. This was so satisfying, okay? Just like you're mopping floors, but you're just mopping the cabinets. It was so easy, it was so quick. I literally did my entire kitchen because it was so much fun and so satisfying, and I was done in like 10 minutes. This is the biggest TikTok cleaning hack winner I have seen in a long time. Okay, this next hack is maybe not necessarily a hack, but I saw it when I was scrolling, researching cleaning hacks, and it really stuck with me, and I couldn't stop thinking about it, and then I've started using it, and it's honestly amazing. It's like changed the way that I clean floors. But she talked about when you're cleaning floors, specifically when you're vacuuming carpet, you wanna go in a specific pattern. And I'm gonna show you here on the rugs in my studio, because I actually only have like area rugs at my house, so this is the best place to show you. And yes, my studio came with this vacuum that I think is from the 1800s. And holy guacamole is it loud, but it works. You buy a vacuum now for $500, it barely works. This vacuum has been running for 3,000 millennial. Still works amazing. Anyways, beside the point. Okay, so the way that she says you vacuum, you go forward, you turn it slightly. We're talking maybe 45 degrees, 30 degrees, 15 degrees, I don't really know. And you pull it back, and then you make it go straight up again. you turn it on an angle slightly, and you pull it back. She said, yes, this gives you like carpet lines, but that's not the point. She says this specific method of cleaning ensures that you are getting every inch of the carpet and you're getting each area 2 times over. And like I said, this hack stuck with me because I wasn't originally going to include it in this video. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'm assuming a lot of you are like me, and when you go to vacuum, there's no rhyme or reason. You are just vacuuming, just let Jesus take the wheel. You are going this way and that way. This hack blew my mind about that. Now I know that my floors are clean. I'm getting every inch. I'm getting every inch twice, and you know, it doesn't hurt to have the really pretty carpet lines. It's oddly satisfying. All right, my friends, that does it. That is me trying out some different TikTok cleaning hacks. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others, and I will see you all in my next video.